And welcome everybody, this is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. Happy Tuesday, today is Tuesday, February the 19th. Where is everybody from? Where is everybody from? Time, Melbourne, 2 a.m, Singapore, 11 p.m, Madrid, 4 p.m, New York and Toronto, 10 a.m, and London, England, 3 p.m. GMT. This is Forex trading for beginners, everybody, and our goal for you is to become consistently profitable, minimum 3 months, knowing when, how and why you make and or lose money. You should not be allowed to trade with real money until you reach the goal. What is the goal? To become consistently profitable. If you are not going to listen to us, here is the risk disclaimer. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, and the webinars are not investment advice. They are for educational purposes only. Next week, everybody, we are starting the so-called trading week, right? And today's topic is stop loss and take profit in support, resistance and pivot points. So everybody listen carefully to this webinar today. Your job is to question everything and don't be fooled. After you understand and master all the things, trading is 80% emotional and only 20% technical. So in order to be successful at trading, you need to have your mind, set of rules and your heart in the right place. And remember, if being consistently profitable is difficult, you probably still have things to learn, and if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? Remember, 90% of traders who makes it between the third and the fifth year. For additional coaching or training or just questions, you can send questions, everybody, to the email contact, Skype contact or LinkedIn contact. So that being said, everybody, let's dive into the live charts. Okay, where are the charts? Charts are here, and let's start with this. Trader's hint, everybody. And we are going to add some more. So this is the chart, this is NZD CAD monthly chart, and this is the trader's hint. No system or strategy is going to make you successful, everybody, as a trader, of course, not as a father, mother, sister, brother, whatever, but as a trader. No system or strategy is going to make you successful if you have your stop losses wrong. Hello, Hamed from Oslo. Wow. Hello, Hamed, how are you? And we are going to add another hint, everybody. Entries are just part of the equation. Okay, entries are just part of the equation. Okay, so hello, Miguel. Miguel is from Spain, so we have Oslo, Spain. Hello, Ala. Oh, Alaki, how are you? Long time no see. Long time no see. Where have you been? How are you been? So everybody, no system or strategy is going to make you successful as a trader if you have your stop losses wrong, and entries are just part, right? Okay, so we are going to discuss. I have an office. Oh, great. So we're going to discuss stop loss and take profit. So listen carefully, everybody, especially if you're a beginner trader. Okay, so let's start. Let's have a conversation. Okay, if this is the uptrend, right? And okay, let's go first with the uptrend. So Hamed, Miguel and Alaki, where would you say where is the best stop? Where is the best stop loss level? Equals question mark. There is no right or wrong, everybody. Okay, if this is the uptrend, so this is an uptrend. Okay, uptrend, this is an uptrend. Where would the best stop loss be? Where is the best stop loss? Hello Eddington, how are you? Where is the best stop loss level? And I'm going to bring you up here the quote, the hint. I want you to see this, everybody. Okay, I want you to bear in mind what this webinar is for today. Okay, this is the uptrend, and here is the hint. No system or strategy is going to make you successful as a trader if you have your stop losses wrong. So if this is an uptrend, where is the best stop loss level? Below the main trend line, below the recent low. So if this is the uptrend, Miguel says, well, the best stop loss is, let's color code this in red. Miguel says the best stop loss is below the recent low, which is here, right? And so this is Eddington, and Miguel says below the main trend line. Okay, so this is stop loss number 1, this is stop loss number 2. Okay, so this would be like this, right, Eddington? Not that low, previous low. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So this low here, and this is the trend line. Below the recent low, below the main trend line. Like this, Eddington and Miguel. Hamed, what do you think? Where is the best stop loss level? If this is the uptrend, Eddington says yes. Aske, hello, how are you? Where do you think is the best stop loss, Aske? And Alaki, what about you? Where is the best stop loss? Okay, so we have 2 stop losses. This is just the uptrend, okay? We point the same with previous low. Okay, great. So yes, everybody, Miguel and Eddington, this is the same stop loss. Yes, this would be the best stop loss level. Okay, why? Because sometimes the market is going to break. You know, oh, but I want a short stop. This theory doesn't work in the Forex market, everybody. Is not that you can't, okay, you can, but many times if you put a short stop, okay, a numerical stop like, oh, I want to risk 20 pips, 50 pips, whatever, many times the market is going to stop you out like this. Okay, Hamed, great, previous low, yes sir. Many times the market is going to break the uptrend line, the market is going to hit your stop loss, the tight stop below the most recent low or whatever, and just to stare in your face, and the market is going to reverse, so the market is going to reverse and go back up again. Okay, so to the answer, even though there is no right or wrong 100%, the best, the safest stop loss level is down here. Okay, when this happens, what do you need to do as a beginner trader? You need to adjust your uptrend line and you have a new uptrend. Okay, now listen very carefully, everybody. Why is this the best stop loss? So if you are my student, everybody, and you put your stop loss here, we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to ask you, man, why did you put your stop loss here? Oh, but I wanted a small stop loss, I wanted whatever. I said, no, there is a logic in here, everybody. So, and if you put your stop loss down here, we will not have a conversation. Why is that? Because if the market breaks a lower low, it means that it changed. It's not completely, but it's an indication that the trend is changing. Okay, so If you're my student and you put your stop loss here, then I'm not going to be happy with you. If you're my student and you put your stop loss down here, then it's okay, because this is logical, right? Trend is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Structure until it breaks the lower low and start making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So this second stop down here, we're going to make a red arrow. This is the so-called logical stop, everybody. And if you're a beginner trader, you need to learn to put your stop loss level at a logical point, a technical level where it's easy to explain to somebody else. Okay? To an investor, to a fellow trader, to your friend, whoever. Okay? This makes sense. This is the logical. And if it's going to take you out, well, it's okay, because the trend has reversed, right? Okay? So if you're a beginner trader, you don't know nothing about the forex market, you're starting to learn, your stop must be at some technical, logical level. Any questions so far? Now things are going to get a little bit complicated. We're going to leave like this. Any questions so far? Hamed, Eddington, Miguel, Aske, Alaki, and everybody else who is in here. Any questions so far? Is anybody in here who does not agree? Who thinks, no, there is another stop loss level better, safer? Is anybody in here who does not agree? Don't be shy, there is no right or wrong, right? Just different ways how to look at markets. Aska says okay. Okay, everybody, now let's clean up this thing. Okay, now we are going to change. You got it right with the, we're going to leave like this. You got it right with the uptrend, right? So now things are going to get a little bit complex. So what if you have an uptrend and you have structure, everybody? So you're going to have structure, and inside the structure, I'm going to show in about a few minutes the live chart. Inside the structure you are going to have the uptrends and the downtrends, right? The so-called retracements. So the orange is structure, the blue is the uptrend. And let's widen the structure. Okay, so this is the structure right now. The orange is the structure, the blue is the uptrend with its retracement. Same question, everybody. We are here right now. Where is, or where are the best stops? Where is the best stop right now? You have structure, right? You have structure and you have the uptrend, and let's make it a little bit easier. So if this is structure, okay, just a second. If this is the structure, I'm going to show you. This is this piece of information, and you are in an uptrend, and you are here right now. Let's color code this in blue, and this is the example. You have the up overall long-term uptrend line. You are looking at the same chart, not this color but this color. Okay, so where is the best stop in this example? You need to think, everybody. Not everything is the same, right? So you are in an up structure, you are trading an uptrend. Where is the best stop loss level? Eddington says again below the last structure low. Okay, so Eddington says again the best stop loss level is here. nothing changed, right? Anybody else? Where is the best stop loss? What do you think? Alaki, Miguel, Hamed, Aske, and everybody else? Don't be shy, there is no right or wrong. Miguel says the same, okay. So Miguel and Eddington continue the same, okay. So all agree, everybody agrees that is the same stop loss level. I'm going to put this a little bit up here. So where is the best stop loss level? Okay, so this is the structure and the trend inside the structure, and this is the uptrend that we are talking about. So Miguel and Eddington, they are saying, let's clone, that is the same stop loss level down here. Okay, Hamed says below the last structure low. Is the blue you drew the upswing of the last up structure leg? Yes sir, we have the same structure. Yes sir. Okay. Okay, teacher Eddington, teacher Miguel, I have a question for you, everybody. I have a question. Why don't we put a stop loss? Why don't we put a stop loss, everybody? This is you are my teacher, okay? Why don't we put our stop loss down here? Below the most recent low, not of the structure, but below the most recent low of the uptrend. This is my question to you. Why don't we put our stop loss below the most recent low of the trend and not structure? Okay, I'm your student, you're my teacher, because we learned that the market is moving in an extension and then is going to retrace, right? So my question for you is, why don't we put our stop loss in here? Why is this not the best stop, or why is this risky? And remember everybody, if you are a beginner trader, remember the trader's hint. No system or strategy is going to make you successful as a trader if you have your stop losses wrong. And entries are just part of the equation. You can enter in a good place, but if you have a stop loss wrong, the market is going to hit your stop loss and then reverse. Maxine says it's too close. Great answer, Maxine. Eddington, sure you can, but you can see that the overall structure waves and you are likely to be weighed out by your tight stop. Great answer. Mario says because the price can change direction. Great answer, Miguel. As soon as the price goes down, it's going to hit the stop loss. And Hamed says could be support level as well. Yes, we are going to add to the chart, Hamed. Okay, we are going to add support and resistance and pivot points in just a minute. Great. So what is going to happen? Well, when the market is going to retrace, right, my stop loss is going to be hit, right, and most likely it can break the uptrend line, and sooner or later is going to reverse. So all of you were right. Now the question is, everybody, why aren't you doing this? Don't say me no, I know some of you, we are connected on Skype. Why aren't you doing this? If you know that structure is up, I'm going to show you. This morning I had a student is in the webinar, Euro New Zealand daily chart. Euro New Zealand daily chart, right? I'm not going to say his name, but he's in here and he's talking with everybody else. Okay, if you know this, it makes sense. Why aren't you doing this? So this is Euro New Zealand daily chart, right? So, and the student put the stop loss here, right? Well, this is not structure. Look at the structure, right? Highs and lows, high highs, high lows. Well, maybe this is not the best example. Let's go on EuroCAD to show you. EuroCAD daily chart from yesterday, everybody, right? EuroCAD daily chart, and you know that structure is this: higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs. So, and if you are trading here, everybody, right? If you're going to enter here, now this is theory, right? And everybody is saying, oh, the best place is below the most recent structure low, which is correct. The question is, if you're going to enter here, everybody, okay, why aren't you going to put your stop loss in here? This is the question. You know what to do as a beginner trader. Why aren't you doing it? Don't say, I know some of you, don't worry, I know some of you, right? We talk every day, we are together, and we have clarified about the risk, right? So for the one who says, oh, I don't have enough capital, everybody, this could be 1% of your capital, trading capital, and this could be also 1% of your trading capital. Eddington is saying, honestly, I have done this, and the reason for it is trading short term and feel the stop is too wide, so by reducing the stop. Interesting. Eddington, you wrote, you feel, right? Think about this, no feelings. The risk reward becomes greater, although it also increase the risk of being stopped out. If stopped out, I can always get back in as it goes lower or reverse again. I know this is wrong, but yeah, it's strategy. So what Eddington is saying, everybody, thank you, Eddington, for your honesty, okay? Thank you for your honesty. What Eddington is saying, everybody, is this. He knows that the best stop is down here, right? But he is going to be stopped out in here. Number one, he's going to be, because he likes, or the short stops are part of his strategy, right? He's going to be stopped out once, for the second time, right? And for the third time, and he's saying, well, I know this is not the best, but I can always re-enter. And Miguel said, I think we have all done it. Okay? So, if you can, everybody, if you're a beginner trader, Eddington is right about one thing. You need to be strong to sustain. Not strong in money, strong emotionally to sustain this kind of stop, right? But look at the rules, everybody. This is logical. If this is structure, right, and you are here, if this is structure, okay, if the up structure is going to write this down, everybody, or try to memorize. If the up structure is going to continue, let's write this down. If the up structure is going to continue, it must not take out the structure low. It must not. Okay? This is a concept that it's very important. If the up structure is going to continue, it must not take out the structure low. So don't play around here, everybody. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? At least try not to play around. Try to figure out how can you... I'm not talking to everybody. Yes, I'm not saying to increase your risk, this is something different, okay? I'm not talking about to increase your risk, but I'm talking to widen your stop, because the small quadrant is 1% of your capital, or 0.5% or 2%, whatever, and the big quadrant, it's all the same, also could be 1% of your capital. So I'm not telling you to increase your risk, for God's sake, it's on the opposite side. Take your risk small, but widen your stop. Why would you like to be stopped out 1, 2, 3, 4 times if you know that if the up structure is going to continue, it must not take, it's a must, everybody, it must not take out the structure low. And Mario says the hour also plays a role in putting stops. It's not the same where the market is on Asiatic market than the London, and London it's open. Mario, I don't agree with you, okay, but this is just my opinion, there is no right or wrong, okay. This concept, Mario, they apply on all time frames and on all currency pairs, and I'm going to show you, okay. So if this is the structure of the EuroCAD daily chart, right, and let's say that we are here, right, so you have structure low, you have structure high, you have structure low, so, and you have also structure high, and now you say, oh, now we are going to have an up retracement. Yes, so, but if the up structure is going to continue, the best stop, everybody, try to understand this, the best stop is down here, below the most recent structural low, as you said. Oh, it's a question, Mario, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Mario, I misunderstood. The hour also plays a role in putting stops. It's not the same when the market is on a... The answer is no, Mario, I'm going to explain you, okay? Thank you for... I'm sorry I said that I don't agree with you. I misunderstood your question, I'm sorry. I'm going to explain in just a second, Mario, okay? So, if the up structure is going to continue, it must not take out the most recent structure low. And if you are trading, everybody, if you are trading and you are going to have your short stop, right? The market took you out. Short stop. The market took you out again. Clone. Come on. Short stop. The market took you out again. So this is just an example that I'm going to answer to Mario. Okay? So as you can see, everybody, the most logical technical stop is here, is the most recent low of the structure, right? So I'm telling you, if you know this, as Eddington is saying, try to understand that the best stop level is in here. Now, to answer to Mario, Mario is asking, does the hour plays a role in putting stops? The answer is no, okay? We have learned in January that you have two time frames, right? You have the trading time frame. Mario, this is for you, okay? You have the trading time frame, which most likely is going to be the 1 hour if you're asking about the 1 hour. So 1 hour chart. And you have the so-called the confirmation time frame. Confirmation time frame. And if you're trading on a 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, the confirmation time frame is the daily chart. Daily chart. And there is a concept that says that the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame. So the concept is that a number of smaller stops would be less than the overall stop of the structure low. No sir, no sir, no Eddington, no sir, it's the same percentage. Okay, no sir, this is not true. But let's answer Mario first. So Mario, if the daily structure is up, okay, and inside the daily structure you are going to have, let's circle this in red, you are going to have different trends on the 1 hour chart. So we're going to have the uptrend on the 1 hour, then a retracement or a downtrend. Okay, so this is the 1 hour, the red. Let's clone and okay, so this is the 1 hour, the red, and the structure is on the daily. So the answer is no, Mario. You should put your stop loss below, if you can, below the most recent low of the structure. Okay, again, why is that? Because if the market breaks the structure, it signifies the potential reversal of the trend. This is why, everybody. Okay, and the Asiatic market in London, the answer is no. There is no, I mean, at least in my opinion, okay, there is no right or wrong in general, but I have never seen anybody taking stops because different stops on structure just because he's trading the London session or the Asian session or the New York session. Mario, did I answer to your question? Is it clear? Is it clear? And Eddington, the concept is that the number of smaller losses would be less. No sir, no sir. Teacher Eddington, if the small quadrant is 1% of my capital, the stop loss is 1%, and the big quadrant, of course I need to have more capital, right? But if I have enough money, the big quadrant also represents 1% of my capital. You're welcome, Mario. I'm sorry for before. I misunderstood your question. Teacher Eddington, why would be the number of smaller stops be less if it's both 1%? Teacher Eddington, question for you. Why would be if you are losing here, everybody, this is a misunderstanding in the markets. If you are losing here, text, if you are losing here 1%, okay, read above. The concept is that number of small stops would be less than the overall stop of the structure low. I'm reading Eddington, but I don't understand. You said that the concept is that the number of small stops would be less, but this is not true. So if you, let's take this as an example. If you lose here one trade, the second trade, you want to go long, right? You lost 1%, 2%, and if I don't know if I understood your question correctly, but in this example with smaller stops, you would have lost 3%, right? Instead of putting a 1% stop down here. Again, it is the concept, but it rarely works out that way. Oh, okay, great. So let's clean up the chart, everybody. Let's continue to talking about profit and stops. Okay, now this is the uptrend, and we have discussed about the uptrend and the structure. Now let's address, I'm going to clean up the chart a little bit. Let's address the pivot points, right? And support and resistance. So you have the same chart right now, and this is the uptrend line, and you have a pivot point here, and the market is okay. Let's clean up a little bit. So this is going to be the structure, and we are here right now. I'm going to clean up the stop loss. Clean up, remove, and remove. So we are here right now. We want to go long. We are still in an uptrend, but we are approaching a pivot point. Just an example could be level of support or resistance in a downtrend. Miguel is asking, if you increase the stop loss distance, it increases the position size. That depends on both volume of capital and pips. Miguel, connect with me on Skype. We need to have a conversation, okay? It's been quite a time that we were talking about these stop losses. Okay, just give me a hand on Skype. We need to talk about this. As Reddington says, it's in the opposite side. Okay, so this is the pivot point area. Text pivot point, right? The specifics of the pivot point we have learned so far, everybody, is that the market is going to, from the upside down, right, is going to wave, is going to hit the pivot point, and most likely is going to reverse, right? This is the specific of the pivot point, and in the past the market was waving from the downside up, hit the pivot point, it reversed, and eventually in some point in time it broke the pivot point and went on the other side. Okay, so we are here, this is the example, we are in a structural uptrend, right? We have the extensions and the retracements with the blue, the uptrend, and we are approaching the pivot point right now. Could be support, all the same, or resistance in a downtrend. So again, the same question, everybody, what do you think, where is the best stop loss? Where is the best stop loss level? We have a trading opportunity on Euro NZD, and this is the monthly chart. Let me see the monthly chart. Okay, so this is the pivot point area, monthly chart, and we are, let's color code this in this and do it like that. Okay, so we are here right now. This is Euro NZD monthly chart, and we are at the pivot point. We have our uptrend line, and we have not the best, not the easiest one, but we have structure is like this, right? And the question is, well, if we are going to enter long this trade, remember these webinars are not trading or investment advice, therefore educational purposes only. So if we are going to enter this trade here, where is the best stop loss level? What do you think, Miguel, Mario, Eddington? What do you think? Aske, what do you think? Alaki, what do you think? Hamed, what do you think? Where is the best stop loss level? It was quite easy talking about just the uptrend, right? It gets a little bit challenging when we are talking about the trend and the structure. Now we are joining the forces with the pivot points and support and resistance. At the bottom of the green square, says Mario, lower level of the rectangle. Okay, below the pivot point. Great, great, great. Okay, so Miguel and Mario says in here would be the best stop loss level, because why is that? Because of the structure, right? Hamid says different thing. Hamid says well below the pivot point. And clone here. Okay, so this is the pivot point. Look at the upper picture and look at the down picture. So this is Hamid, says below the pivot point, and this is Miguel and Mario says in here. What about you, teacher Eddington? Aske says below pivot point. So we have two students, two traders saying below the pivot point, two below the most recent low structure. Everybody else? Anybody else? What do you think? Where is the best stop loss? Teacher Eddington, what about you? We have two for the pivot point, two for the structure low. There is no right or wrong, everybody. Don't be shy. Okay. Eddington, what do you think? I'm going to tell you my opinion. I want to hear yours first. You don't want me to say. I want you to say. I want you to say. There is no right or wrong, right? We know that this is theory, and if you have a small account, you cannot sustain all the stop loss levels. You don't want 50% hedge below the pivot point and stop at the structure low. This is not for the beginner traders, Eddington. So take out the hedge. So you would have a stop at the structure low. Okay. Everybody, there is no right or wrong. What would I do? But I'm not saying that is the best option. I would put my stop loss. I would go with Aske and Hamid. Okay? And I'm going to show you why. There is no guarantees whatsoever. Okay? So what was the currency pair? Let me think. Maybe AUD/JPY. It happens on all time frames. Okay. So okay, this is AUD/JPY monthly chart, and let's find the pivot point. I believe it's here. Okay. So if this is the example. Okay. So if this is the example, so, and this is the area, right? Pivot points are not lines, are areas. See, I told you so. No problem. So the market reacted here, right? Went up, reacted up and up. This is a pivot point, everybody. Okay, went up, right? And up, right? Stay with me, there is a lesson. And up. Okay, now why would I do this? Both of you are correct. I'm going to explain why would I put my stop loss first below the pivot point. And as Eddington says, risk-reward ratio is the reason, everybody. If I'm going to enter a trade risking that much, that money management talking, I need to go for, let's talk about profits right now. I need to go minimum double, right? If I'm going to risk 1 pip, I need to go after 2 pips. And if I'm risking, let's say, $1,000, I need to go after $2,000. It's just an example, okay? So the money management, the risk-reward ratio is the reason why I would go with the stop loss below the pivot point. This is the reason. If you are a teacher and your student is asking you, teacher, but you said that the structure is so important and the market can stop you out and the best stop loss is the technical stop loss, that it makes sense. You are going to answer, yes, you're right, but the reason I'm doing this is the risk reward. Okay, because if I entering at the same area and I put my stop loss below the most recent low, structural low, right, which is in here, this would be the best place, because as we said, where is the, if the up structure is going to continue, it must not take out the structure low, right? So the safest place, the best stop loss is still at the structure low, but the reason why I'm doing this is the risk reward. Okay, so there is no right or wrong. You just need to address what you are doing. You need to be conscious as a beginner trader. So if I'm risking that much, I need to go for that much, right? Now let's go into some chart. AUD/JPY. So, and structure, this is not the best example. Structure, we need an uptrend, let me think. Okay, USD/JPY, let's try USD/JPY. Oh, EuroCAD, you're correct, EuroCAD, great example, thank you. EuroCAD, okay. EuroCAD monthly chart. So let's see if we are at a pivot point. So up, down, up. Okay, this is the pivot point area, everybody. EuroCAD, right? And structure is this. Structure low, high, low, high, low. I mean high, okay? And you have the uptrend line here. And the rules are, if the up structure is going to continue, it must not take out the structure low. If it takes out the structure low, it's going to signal a potential trend reversal. Okay, so if the market is going to retrace until the uptrend line, which is near the pivot point, and I want to go long, I'm going to put my stop loss 10 pips or 20 pips, whatever, below the pivot point. Again, the safest place, everybody, the safest place is below the most recent structure low. No question about it. No questions. This is the most logical stop. Technically speaking, of course. Okay? But if I'm taking this stop, I need to go, and there is no right or wrong. If I'm going to take a smaller stop, then my profit is going to be double, right? So if I'm going to risk one, I need to go after two. And I'm going to reach my profit target much faster than this stop loss, which is okay, there is no right or wrong. So this is the stop loss and the profit is, so this is the stop, right? And clone is here, and again is here, right? Question: what if the market stops you out? Well, sometimes the market is going to stop me out. Okay, AUD/JPY monthly chart. Sometimes the market is going to stop me out, but this is not a problem. As Eddington said, we can always re-enter. So this week, like here, this candles week is a nice example. So this is a pivot point and the market was bouncing here and here, right? And the market was bouncing here. And if you put a horizontal line on the lowest low of the weeks, of this pivot point, you would see that the market bounced at the level of 71.914, right? So even though if I put my stop loss in down here, most likely my stop loss would be triggered. Okay? Mario is asking, if we use the structure as stop loss, then we can use the double of that pips as our take profit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Mario. Just bear in mind that the monthly chart is exception to the rule when it comes to the monthly bands. But the answer is yes. Theoretically, Mario, yes, however, you need to evaluate if that is an appropriate take profit. Yes, sir. Is correct. Say also that pivot point will protect the stops below it. Miguel, most likely yes, but there are no guarantees, okay? Most likely yes. There is another currency pair to show you, is AUD CAD. AUD CAD. Most likely yes, but there are no guarantees. But I'm telling you, everybody, the only reason that I don't put my stop loss below the or above in a downtrend below the structural low is because of the risk reward. This is the only reason. If this is not the example where there are no pivot points or support or resistance levels, then I will go with structure. Okay? AUD CAD monthly chart. Pivot point in here somewhere. Okay, so this is the pivot point. Okay, Miguel, this pivot point, this reversal from AUD CAD, this was predictable, okay, but you need to address your risk, and address your risk, I mean, there are no guarantees. Why is that? Well, if this is the monthly chart, and we learned so far that the forex market is a financial game, for the lack of a better word, between the two countries, so it was up and down, right, and up, so the long-term destination, okay, the long-term destination of AUD CAD is down, okay. So even though this bounce here, it was predictable because of the pivot point, you cannot say, oh, I'm sure, or oh, I'm going to risk 20% because it's going to react. There are no guarantees, everybody. No guarantees. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You need to trade by the rules. Okay, Miguel? Okay, so let's open AUD USD to show a downtrend. AUD USD to show a downtrend. Monthly chart. Okay, so this is the monthly chart of AUD USD. This is the upper band, this is the lower band, and let me see if this was support or was just, is this support or is a pivot point? So we are here right now. Yeah, coming of a doubt. Okay, let's say that is a, yes, it's a pivot point, okay? So this is also a pivot point in here, right? But this is a downtrend, so it means resistance, okay? And again, you have a down structure, right? And a downtrend, and on the smaller time frame, on the smaller time, you are going to have different waves. Going up and down, the market is going to wave, right? So this is the downtrend on the smaller time frame, right? Where is the best stop, everybody? and the market can retrace a little bit, right? We are here. Let's say that we are approaching resistance in here. Let's say that we are approaching resistance in here and we want to go short. Where is the best stop loss? Right? It's easy to see for some of you, it's easy to see the uptrend, but it's difficult to see the downtrend. So where is the best? Where is the best stop loss level? Equals question mark. In a downtrend, right? We have a down structure, we have a downtrend line we are approaching, and this is AUD USD monthly chart. This is the long-term downtrend line, and this is the medium-term downtrend line. Everybody, where is the best stop loss? The next opportunity to short AUD USD is going to come, right? Where would you put your stop loss if you are to short the market? Previous lower high, says Miguel. So Miguel says previous lower high. So this is Miguel. Let's color code this in black. This is resistance. So this is Miguel, and let's color code this in black again, okay? What about you? Everybody else? What about you, Eddington, Mario, Aske, Hamed, and everybody else? I'm sorry if I don't remember your name, everybody, but there are a lot of you in here. Where is the best stop loss level? What do you think? Are you sure, Miguel, that this is the best stop loss level? Okay. I set to previous lower high. Yes, sir. Great. And look at the chart, everybody. Okay. One more. One more. AUD-CHF. 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 AUD-CHF monthly chart, everybody. This is the upper band. This is the lower band. AUD-CHF, you want to go long, right? You want to go long on this pair, where this is the homework, okay? Previous lower high, Hamed above his level. Homework, everybody, homework for tomorrow. Right? Where is the best stop loss for AUD-CHF daily chart? AUD-CHF daily chart. Right? Where is the best stop loss level in your opinion? Okay, in your opinion, where is the best stop loss level on AUD-CHF? I'm going to write this down. So homework, where is the best stop loss level on AUD-CHF daily chart, okay, why, and you want to go long. Those are the instructions, everybody. Homework until tomorrow. Tomorrow I want you to tell me, oh, I would put my stop loss there and there because of this and that. Where is the best stop loss level on AUD-CHF daily chart? Why? And you want to go long. Okay, so far this is the uptrend line. Okay, this is the uptrend line. Remember, you need to address structure, right? You need to address structure, you need to address the monthly bands, and most likely you need to address support, resistance levels, pivot points. Okay? If you were to go long right now, okay, on this counter trendline break. If you were to go long on this counter trendline break, where would you put your stop loss, in your opinion? Okay, there is no right or wrong, don't be shy, we are here to learn. The more you talk to us, the more you learn, everybody. Okay? You cannot learn being right, everybody, okay? You can only learn when you are wrong and when you ask questions. Passion, I did these mistakes, what do you think? Passion, what is your opinion about that? Passion, can you help me explain this? Passion, I don't agree with you. Those are the best. Those are the best. Okay, everybody, see you back tomorrow. Remember, no system or strategy is going to make you successful as a trader if you have your stop losses wrong. So stay strong, trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.